Good morning. So, I have decided that I'm going to change my live puzzles with PWH that I've been doing on Thursdays at 6. I actually did it at Thursdays at 6, and that became a little harder for me to do, so I moved it to 6:30. And then that became kind of a challenge in itself because sometimes I was ready to do it at 6 and I didn't want to just like hang around waiting to do one. And then it didn't give me enough time between my chores and that to kind of drag something out. So anyway, it was becoming more of a strain on me. I would go as far as saying more of a mental then turned emotional strain, because then I would find myself feeling aggravated. And when you're aggravated, you're not a good teacher, right? You're not a good teacher for a human, and you're definitely not a good teacher for a horse. A human, I could say, hey, I don't know, I just got a little stressed out, whatever, and you can kind of make that adjustment in your opinion of the way the person's behaving. A horse, they just see the behavior. They just see the agitation. So there were a couple times that I knew I was not in the right frame of mind, and I opted to not proceed to do the live because I either got caught in traffic or something caused the delay in getting ready, and I found myself not in the right frame of mind to even form words to talk to you or have the teaching patience that I would normally have with horses. So I've decided to change it to Saturdays at 1:30. Now, here's where I'm looking for maybe even accountability people to hold me accountable. Because what I've decided is when I make it about me, if it's a lesson I'm doing for me, if it's a lesson I'm doing of my own, I don't feel as much impact of importance, right? I can excuse myself out of it. I can be too tired. I could need to go get a load of hay. I could need to, there's things that I could need to go do to hold myself off of following through. So what I've decided is this is a lesson for you. So Saturdays at 1:30, I am convincing myself that I am showing up to do a lesson for you. So I'm hoping that you're going to show up too. And even if you show up and just check in to say, hey, checked you out but didn't have time to spend with you, you don't even have to say any of that. You just check in, right? Just put a like, whatever, just check in so I know that my lessons with you also involved you showing up. Looking forward to it. I just had Wi-Fi put in my barn, and that means that I can do lives in my barn, where before I was having a hard time with it, and that was another thing that was affecting my emotional balance, because I would become very frustrated. Now, again, I'm frustrated. I can explain that to you. I can't explain that to my horse. And every time I glance over and see the camera black screen saying lost connection, trying to reconnect, the swirly thing, it was like it was taunting me. And because I have chronic problems, which if you've been paying any attention to any of my videos, you see I have chronic problems. I know by talking about it, I just keep them coming, but I'm trying to do whatever I can. I've gone through multiple microphones. I've gone through multiple video platforms. I've tried so many different things to try to avoid this. And then when I decided I was going to do lives, because my storage in my phone was becoming a problem, I don't know, I think they say if your phone gets hacked, usually that's something that you'll notice, is that it'll tell you no longer have any storage. I'm thinking it's the cloud saying you don't have any storage, buy some, right? I think it's like almost like they're strong-arming me to buy into the cloud, and I don't want to do that. So I just keep deleting things, hoping that I create more storage space, and for whatever reason, I can have an empty folder, and it's telling me I don't have any storage. So I started doing lives for that reason. And then I started having problems doing the lives because of the internet connection in my barn being a metal barn, metal roof, the whole 9 yards. and it just wasn't working out. So I'm not going to be defeated. I had Wi-Fi put in my barn. I'm going to go live so I don't have to worry about storage. I can, because I'm in my barn, I can plug in so I don't have to worry about battery problems. And I'm just going to keep my fingers crossed that the audio works, right? That would be the last thing, and the only other thing that ever goes wrong is my audio. So, 1:30's on Saturday. I am showing up for you, and you're welcome to reach out to me at 9 o'clock on Saturday, Friday night, whatever. Say, hey, looking forward to my lesson, and I will make sure that I have committed to that 1:30 time for you. All right, great. I hope to see you then.